It's the Denver Broncos taking on the visiting team.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with their opponents. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The former Missouri Tiger, Drew Lock, will be at quarterback as he leads out the Denver Broncos. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They run for the first time with Javonte Williams. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down now. Lock gonna throw. No escape for Lock, and he'll go down. Ed Oliver breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. The Broncos send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
This is unbelievable.
And that'll go to cancel out a very nice return on the punt.
And that one was a hold. And I don't know what the percentages are between holding calls and illegal blocks in the back, but both of them go a long way towards wiping out nice returns.
On 1st down, McLeod being chased out left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Throwing on 1st down. McLeod. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Another big play here as they strike for 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Their mobile, agile quarterback. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Here's Locke. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. And this passing game, this whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Locke will try again on second down. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And some room to run now. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Locke again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Well, this defense for the Raiders, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
To throw again on second down. Locke, throw left side complete. That's Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Into the red zone, it's Locke. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Locke now on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, Any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. McLeod dancing, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Von Miller, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the...
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Defender was right there in his shorts. Is that one of those situations as a DB where you just tip your cap and say, nice catch?
Well, you're supposed to. But a true competitor, he's not tipping his cap at all. He's upset he still didn't make the play. If it's a 50-50 ball or a moment of truth, he's got to win more than his fair share of them as well.
Probably especially angry because if it was incomplete, would have been 4th down.
Exactly.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Alex Leatherwood, the Alabama man, called for the penalty there. They hand it off to Mostert. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Looking to throw. McLeod, he finds his man, complete. It's Shepard. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Off play action. McLeod. Looking deep for Adams. And this is caught. And he will finally be taken out of bounds as it's an enormous play there on the final snap of this 1st quarter. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Back to throw. McLeod. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
You throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Takes it at the 7. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Denver's offense now set to go. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. No escape for Locke, and he'll go down. Ed Oliver, that time the one to get in there and bring him down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Locke throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down. Down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Raider offense started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. 2nd down and 5. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
On 2nd down now, it's Allen. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Raiders on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. McLeod. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lock. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 2nd down, Williams. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Shotgun snap to Lock. And that is incomplete. Well, the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, McLeod. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. This is intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. They fake the handoff, now Lock. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do it.
Under pressure, they got him again. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's thrown for a touchdown pass, and he's run for one so far.
When you're able to watch a guy perform at a high level and do it in multiple ways, arm, legs, he really helps his team in a big way. You've got to think that they feel great about where they are.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
To throw on second down. McLeod. And it's complete to Adams. And all the way down to the 29.
Let's face it, the focus is going to be, at the end of this play, on the big-time gain, right? He lined up on the left and worked his way all the way to the right before the perfect pass found him. But how about the offensive line and the protection to give him enough time to work his way all the way across the field?
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. From the gun, McLeod, and they'll get this down to the 10. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know,
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. With his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Carlson now to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. 5 plays. Drive, and it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Drew Lock once again leads the Broncos out, and he has not really... Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing again on second down. Lock. They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Tyree Gillespie. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
And that is incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On first down, McLeod eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Davante Adams with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Carlson on for the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. And they're going to speed things up here. A final shot before half for Locke. This is the tight end fan. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A final shot before break. Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And the Raiders pick it up. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
And we will skip the highlight. Show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Marching back onto the field now, Davante Adams and company getting set to go. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Operating from the gun, McLeod. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with it.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They're going to try and throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. After the turnover, here's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 24, Locke, quick slant to Hamler. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
McPherson's kick is good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. To Allen on the dump off. And some room to work. Allen, nifty footwork. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. The offense has to love that, because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams there to make the grab. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Locke again here on 2nd and 10. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his 1st NFL sack. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Out comes Davante Adams in the offense for their next drive. Now, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. They'll run on first down. Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But it used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
P.J. Hall there to make the tackle.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots, and there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Back to throw. McLeod to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Draymond Jones in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Looking to throw. McLeod. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Davante Adams there to make the grab. And the Raiders have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. That time a 6-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage.
No escape from Locke, and he'll go down. Devin White able to record his 5th sack of the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Devin White in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. From the gun, it's Locke. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 43. And all the way in for the touchdown. He goes 57 yards on the punt return. And the Raiders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Carlson now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Set to take over. The Broncos offense trots back out. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Now Locke, he lost the football in town. And the Raiders pick it up. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run with Allen. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. So definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, fourth quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right. All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Block now to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Block working out of the gun. Finding some room at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, it's Locke. Goes back to Sutton. This time completes it. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And the Broncos are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Williams. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Now Locke. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal. Here's Locke to throw. And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown. K.J. Hamler, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Marching back onto the field now, Davante Adams and company getting set to go. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdown.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far, and here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He'll get this to his running back, Edmonds. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
Tell you what, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's taken down inside the 30. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
On first down. It's Allen. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. It's a gain of a yard, and the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. One final try for Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And the Raiders have recovered. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for our visitors, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Denver, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.